You are listening to the Midnight Movie Snack Podcast with Chris and Garrett. Hi, this is Chris, and welcome to the Midnight Movie Snack Podcast. This is a bonus episode. With all of the technical issues that we had over the past month, we were way behind on our podcast delivery schedule. We dropped the Highlander episode yesterday, and today, Tuesday, I decided to drop a second episode to give you few listeners out there, all four of you, an extra episode. This one is the commentary that Garrett and I did for an Arnold Schwarzenegger movie from '87, The Running Man, which is loosely, and I mean very loosely, based on a Stephen King novel, although it may be a novella. It's a short novel. It was written originally under his pseudonym Richard Bachman, and I remember reading it a few years before the movie came out. And when I saw the trailer for the movie back in the 80s, I remember thinking, this has nothing to do with the book as far as like the title. The title is the same, and maybe some of the initial premise is the same, but everything else is wildly different. As you'll find in the commentary that follows, this is not a favorite movie of Garrett's and mine. I mean, we remembered it as something we enjoyed watching back in the 80s. It has some charms. It's a bit crazy. It's a bit bonkers in some places. I believe the late Yaphet Kotto is in this, if I'm not mistaken. I have to go back and look at my notes. He passed away recently. A couple of things I wanted to point out in this episode. You actually get to hear my wife, Lauren. She makes a cameo appearance before we start the commentary. And let me think, is there anything else I wanted to comment on? We do talk about the fact that this was directed by Paul Michael Glaser, who was on the show back in the 70s, Starsky and Hutch, which was a favorite of mine growing up. And I think Paul is a terrific director. I think he's gone on to do other, better movies. I believe this was his first film. And for a first film, I mean, it's not bad. He manages to do a lot for an 80s action film. If you've never seen it and you want to watch along with us as we do our commentary, it's definitely worth seeing. It's kind of the quintessential action 80s movie. And so here it is, The Running Man. Okay, so when we were like, what are we going to watch this time? I really kind of went into it like, well, I thought we could do another Van Damme, but then I was like, oh, maybe later. I just thought, let's change it up a little bit. I know the last time we watched that Burt Reynolds movie, which was a lot of fun. It was good seeing that again. But it was really purely just from looking at, okay, what's on Prime and what's free to watch. And right. Believe it or not, this was one of the first things that popped up. So I was like, oh, I hadn't seen this in a long time.
Me either, man. So it'll be fun to fun to watch it.
But I'm coming into it really. I didn't look up anything on it. I mean, I pulled up the Wikipedia entry just because I was trying to check like the date and stuff.
What is the date?
It came out in 1987.
Okay.
But just in the process of pulling the page up, what's interesting is I completely forgotten. I knew this when it came out, but it was directed by Paul Michael Glaser. Do you know who that is?
See the guy from no, he's not. It's not the guy from. That's not the like My Two Dads guy, is it?
No. You were close though. He was a television actor. He was Starsky on Starsky and Hutch.
Oh, dude. Okay, all right.
Yeah, this was like one of several movies that he directed, and I remember because I always liked Starsky and Hutch growing up. I know we've talked about Starsky and Hutch before. And he was actually my favorite. A lot of people liked Hutch, but I liked Starsky. And I remember when he was like moving out of acting and going into directing, and I was kind of like, at the time I was like, oh yeah, cool. He was that guy on that show I used to watch. Yeah, that's kind of cool. And the only thing I remember about him is he did that movie like after The Running Man. He did that movie with Kevin Bacon. It was like the
basketball in Africa movie. I think it was called The Air Up There or something like that, where it's Kevin Bacon plays this guy who's like trying to recruit for the NBA, and he finds this guy in Africa who's like 7'5" or something. And
when they were doing that was during the height of when they did the Jamaican bobsledding team. Was
it was like a string of pictures.
String of those movies like that.
Yeah, exactly. And I remember, like, I think you and I went to see that, like a bunch of us, like you and me and Rhonda and probably maybe Crystal and others went to go see it, because I remember us all being kind of a group going to see it. But yeah, it was pretty good. But this movie, hey honey, Lauren just walked in.
Put her on Zoom.
Come on over here. Say hey to Garrett. Well, look, Crystal made an appearance.
That's right. She made an appearance. It's only fair.
There's my sweet wife.
Hey, Garrett.
Hi, Lauren. Long time no see.
I know. Good to see you.
I said the same thing to Crystal.
I know. We got to get together.
I feel like I
sounds good to me.
So we joke that you and Crystal should do one of these. But then Garrett said, after talking about 5 minutes, y'all be both asleep.
That's probably true.
That's Garrett. Garrett is doing the image of what it would look like for the rest of the this.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna try to say it.
But the movie is actually, I don't know if you knew this, is based on a Stephen King short story.
And that sounds familiar as well, but I did not remember that until you said it. But it does.
I read the story in my mid to late teens, and I didn't get to see the movie when it came out originally because it was R-rated. And I think I didn't see it until I was probably about 18 or 19. It was a couple years after the movie came out. And the only similarity I think it has with the short story is the name. It's like everything, the story is so completely different. I mean, the premise is kind of the same, but like what happens in the movie doesn't even happen in the book. I mean, it's so wildly different. But that was kind of par for the course for Stephen King. Sometimes he'd sell the rights to something and would get a hold of it, just completely change stuff. But anyway, I think this was Schwarzenegger right around the time, like I think it was before or right around the time he did Predator. So, he had done the Terminator a few years before, and he had kind of a couple in Commando and those. Mm-hmm. And this was kind of somewhere, I think, in between Commando and Predator, somewhere around in there. But anyway.
I think I saw this movie at the Riverdale movie theater at the.
You mean Riverview? Riverview.
Yeah,
it was a dollar movie theater.
Riverview, the dollar theater up there.
Yeah.
Next to the old Big Star and.
Yeah. I drove past that area not too long ago, and it's like what, a gas station and a car wash now or something.
Yep, it's like
it's kind of sad. I mean, it's like because I remember that now. I remember when Riverview, when it was like my parents would like, we don't want you going to that Riverview because back in like the 70s and like early.
Yes, it showed porn movies,
showed dirty movies there, yeah. And of course,
and then it went to the dollar theater thing.
Well, it did a combination. So it was doing dirty movies, but it was also showing like kung fu movies as well. Because I remember on the marquee, it would be like Hot Kittens, and then it was a double feature, something like Hot Kittens, and then Bruce Lee Lives or something. Some crazy combo of stuff. And I remember as a kid, we'd drive by. And I'd be like, Mom, is that a movie theater? And she's like, it's a dirty movie theater. Don't you ever go there.
It's a Chinese restaurant.
Yeah, exactly. But then when they finally shifted over to the dollar movie theater and they were showing like Hollywood movies, like blockbuster movies, I know you and I went there a few times. I think Rob Stanlin and I went there a few times. Like, I mean, anytime something came out, if I wanted to see it again, I'd wait for it to come to Riverview and go see it.
Oh, yes. Dude, I saw, Nightmare on Elm Street there.
Oh, yeah. I think I saw
RoboCop. A bunch of, probably like couple of those, like the sequels to like Breaking, like maybe Breaking 2, and then a couple other dance movies that were like knockoffs of that stuff.
Yeah,
I remember seeing them there. They were like not good, but I mean, but hey, it's $1 on a Friday night. I mean,
oh yeah,
it
was great.
Cheap to me. Even
I really
concessions weren't that expensive.
Yeah, I mean, I know there's like the movie theater in Graham that we went to go see Jaws, the last year.
Right.
It's really, I mean, I kind of hope when this whole Corona mess finally blows over and theaters open back up. I mean, I would love to see I've already been seeing stuff about how drive-in movie theaters kind of made a comeback, but it would be nice.
Which is fantastic. I'd love
it. There's one in Henderson, like 30 minutes from us. We've been meaning to go, but we just hadn't had a chance really to get out there. But I really would love to see like these small movie theaters with like 2 screens, like Riverview was, that just, they're like in neighborhoods, and they're just real. But I remember this just popped into my head. I'll have to look it up sometime. There was a story, and it was back in the 80s. And it was a story on the news about the smallest movie theater in the United States. And basically it was like this dude owned a farm and he had this like shack on the property. And it was big enough for like 10 people. And he put a movie projector in the shack with a screen and started basically selling tickets to people who lived in his area, because apparently the nearest movie theater was like an hour away. And he worked out a deal where the studios would send him movies, like kind of the second run, kind of like with the dollar movie theaters. They'd get them after they'd been in the main theaters. And so I remember it was at the time E.T. came out, or it was sometime after E.T. came out. And here he was showing E.T. in this little shack for like 10 people. And part of the shack he had converted into a concession stand. It was really cool. And I remember as a kid watching that going, that is the most awesome thing I've ever seen. This dude built a movie theater on his property, so neighbors who lived close by. It was somewhere around the Midwest where there's just like, nothing but farmland. But
right.
But it was kind of cool that, I just, I love the big theaters with all the screens. It gives you all these choices to see whatever, like AMC and all those. But I do miss the days of when it was like 1 screen, 2 screens, and if you wanted to see it, you better catch it that week or you were going to miss it,
Oh, I remember being in New Mexico. I told you this. I was about 6 or 7, and we were in New Mexico. We're visiting my grandparents, and we saw Moonraker, James Bond.
Oh yeah,
and it was a twin. It was a twin.
Yep.
At a twin theater, and I remember my parents wanted to see it, and of course didn't have a babysitter. I don't know why. I guess they didn't want to leave me. I don't know why they didn't leave me with grandparents, but it took me to see it. And so, like, I remember seeing James Bond for the first time, and I've told you before, I've seen every James Bond film with my parents at the theater since. We haven't missed one yet. So and hopefully we won't miss one this year.
I've been fortunate because I think like the last.
Probably the last 4 or 5.
I think so Pierce Brosnan, his second one was what? The World Is Not Enough? No, Tomorrow Never Dies. I think since Tomorrow Never Dies, I've gone to see the Bond movies with you and your parents.
You've been adopted into the Grimshaw James Bond viewing party.
Yeah, exactly. I always look forward. I was so bummed with everything that happened that the latest one got delayed.
I was a casualty of COVID.
Catching up. Yeah. I was just remembering you were talking about the theater in New Mexico. So when I was at Campbell in Dunn, which is right down the road from Bowie's Creek, there was a twin theater there, and gosh, I remember that was like my getaway, especially when I was in law school there, where
I think that's a church now, isn't it?
It is. I think the last time I was there, we were there because that Dunn is where Lauren's sister Ariana got married at some historical house or something that was there. And I remember we drove by that area, and I was like, oh man, it's like there's not a theater there anymore. It's like it was like a church, like some sort of Pentecostal holiness type church.
Right.
But I just remember, like, when I was in undergrad and then when I was in law school, like that movie theater was like my getaway because, especially in law school, because all of the hours I spent during the week studying and doing this and doing that, my classes ended early on Friday, and I would always go. I didn't care what was playing. I would just to go sit in that movie theater for 2 hours and not think about anything related to school or my life. But I remember I saw Speed there. I saw T2 for like the second or third time, and then a bunch of other like early 90s, mid 90s, B movies and stuff like that. But anyway, yeah, it's but you just said something a minute ago that made me think. One of the things we should probably do is maybe as we get closer to the new Bond movie, when it finally comes out, we should do some Bond movies.
That would be fun.
Yeah, because there's some that I haven't seen, like some of the Sean Connery ones. I think I've seen all of the Roger Moore ones. I didn't see the one with George Lazenby, or I've seen parts of it. I've seen all of Pierce Brosnan's, and I've seen all of
everything.
Daniel Craig's.
I've definitely seen everything from Roger Moore up, and I've seen most of Sean Connery stuff. I probably have missed one or two of Sean Connery stuff because it was just at the time it felt like it was old, but it really wasn't that old. But it just felt like it was old.
Yeah.
At the time, I mean, I enjoy it now more than I did then. I think, I grew up with, same with you, growing up with, with Roger Moore as my James Bond.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And I know some people hate Roger Moore. I get why sometimes they don't like him, but as a kid, you love the gadgets and all the stuff.
His gadgets were awesome.
That's what made it.
He was so. He was kind of campy with his performance, but I got to say that dude was slick. I mean, he was like, I think whenever I think of Roger Moore, I think debonair. I mean, he was just like he knew how to wear a tuxedo. Like he was sharp looking, especially when those early ones he did. I mean, nobody could touch him. I mean, like Sean Connery, I like Sean Connery. I think he was a good Bond. But especially those early Roger Moore Bond movies, that dude, he had it.
I love him. I mean, he's got a place. And I think you and I both agreed. We talked this before, and I know we're going off on a tangent here but Timothy Dalton, I think, is one of the most underrated James Bonds we ever had. It's like
preach.
I think. I remember seeing his movies, and I like this guy.
I loved
it. And it was like, I guess we were like before our times. It's just like people weren't ready for him, I guess, because supposedly he bombed, but they were good.
Yeah, I love like The Living Daylights and License to Kill. I think I've seen those movies more than any of the other Bond movies. And I think part of the reason why was like he came along when I was in my, mid-teens. Right. And I was like right in the sweet spot. And I remember like seeing Roger Moore's last one, View to a Kill, and I enjoyed it, but I was just like, he is just camping this up. And at that point I had started reading.
He was getting older too. And
he was.
Grace Jones and that.
It was so over the top. And so when Dalton came, to the role, like he took it seriously. And that's like, and in a lot of ways, his movies, I think, kind of
prelude to the Daniel Craig.
Exactly. Prelude to the Daniel Craig. But like Dalton just was really good as Bond. Like to me, like, cause at that time I'd started reading the Ian Fleming novels, like the novels the movies are based on. And I got to say, of all the Bonds, I felt like the way Fleming described Bond and the way Bond carries himself in those movies, like I totally like, I was like, Dalton read those books. He knows this character. Like he took it seriously. Like he did his research. Like this is an acting role. I'm going to do all the research. I'm going to know this character inside and out. And that's how I'm going to play him. Because just based on my reading of those original books, it's like I think of Timothy Dalton, or I would think of him as I read those books more than any other actor.
He is Timothy Dalton is like the combination of, he's got the looks of Pierce Brosnan.
Yep.
But he's got the full seriousness of what Daniel Craig brings to it, and combines them. And he's kind of like the living embodiment of those two. I mean, because Pierce Brosnan, his version was great. I loved the way he
was.
He should have been it earlier, but he made a better Bond.
I wish he'd had better movies.
He made it better being older, because I remember keeping up with at the time, like when he was doing Remington Steele.
Oh yeah.
And I think he would have been great then, but at the same time he was a little thinner, a little younger.
He was. I think he was too young.
Yeah, and I think when he finally came along, I think he was seasoned. He was a seasoned actor, he had a seasoned look to him, but still young. And
I will say this: as much as I love Timothy Dalton, I've enjoyed all the Bonds. But of them all, if I could only pick one movie, my choice would be Goldeneye. I think it's Brosnan's best Bond movie, and in a lot of ways, I think to me it's like a perfect Bond movie. Like it's got an exciting, opening. It's got some nice twists and turns in it. It's got a really good cast. And Brosnan he comes to it, like, you can tell it's like, so he missed the chance in the 80s, right. And it's like, I feel like he came to this with his A game. Like, I'm going to show you that I am James Bond. And he really sold it. And I think it's a shame, because while I enjoyed his other movies, I kind of enjoyed them. Each one I enjoyed a little less than the one before it. Like, so by the time they got to Die Another Day, I just felt like
you were ready to die another day.
Yeah, well, I just felt like they were like, I was like, you should have done this with Roger Moore. This thing is so campy and so hokey, and it's like, it's just
that's
like
the one with the Frozen thing.
This one, yeah, it's the one with Halle Berry and the ice.
Yes, the ice.
I mean, so just cheese camp. And I really hated it, because I felt like Brosnan really wanted to do things like The Living Daylights and License to Kill, that kind of, and even like as much, I like Daniel Craig. I think he's a really good Bond. I like his interpretation of it, because it is different. But I look at his movies and I think, man, I really think Brosnan would have killed these movies. Like, he would have just come in here and he would have killed this. But anyway, it's we definitely need to tackle those. That would be fun to go through.
We'll put that on the list.
Yeah, we'll definitely get that on there. But
for October, by October, we need to do a couple of those.
Yeah,
we should do. It'd be cool. We could, and I don't know if it would get old for the audience who maybe tuning in and listening to us, but if we could do like at least one Roger Moore, pick Timothy Dalton, do one Timothy Dalton, do one
pick one from each of the Bonds.
Yeah, each of the Bonds, except for George. Sorry.
George gets no love. It's like, I haven't watched the movie.
We'll give a shout out to George. How's that? Is that good?
Maybe we'll watch, like, just talk about highlights from it.
Why don't we watch about 5 minutes of it and say this is what we like the best about it, and then let's go on to the next.
That's right. We'll just fast forward to the scenes.
Hey, he was just a blip anyway on the screen, so let's just continue that.
Yeah, absolutely. Are you ready to start this one?
Yeah, let's start it. Let's get it going.
All right. So I got it set at 0.
Mine's at 0.06. Actually, the horse is coming at me.
So. All right. Just roll it back to 0.
Okay. I got it.
All right. You're at 0?
Yep.
All right. I'm going to count us down 3, 2, 1, and then we'll hit play.
So.
All right. 3, 2, 1, play. Here comes the pony, or the horsey.
Horsey, pony. Okay, now it's coming at me now.
Fly, horsey, fly.
Okay, mine's like about mid-screen now. The wings came out.
Yep. TriStar.
TriStar. Okay, all right.
That futuristic font.
Entertainment Pictures.
It's very futuristic looking. Oh, look at that. Arnold Schwarzenegger is a bunch of guys running.
Yeah, that's so futuristic.
This computer graphics.
Bad computer.
Computer graphics by the Commodore 64. Oh, listen. By 2017, the world economy has collapsed. Yep. Food, natural resources, and oil are in short supply. Yep.
Because of a thing called COVID.
Police state rules with an iron hand. So basically, this is like a
Television controlled by CNN, and that's
reality shows. Reality shows gone bad.
Well, this must be China, basically, what they're describing.
Yep, those are some
Or direct methods become necessary.
Those are some 2017 graphics right there.
Yep. Bakersfield. Of course, I got family who live about 45 minutes from Bakersfield, so I always, when I see.
I'm going to put on closed captioning so I can.
That's kind of like when I remember like watching, like when you see Star Wars now, like kind of like New Hope or Empire, and they're showing the technology aspect, you go, oh, it's like, it's painful to look at the graphics on their thing. It's like going, all right. Yeah, this looks like what our Atari would look like.
The crowd is unarmed.
There's what food, for God's sake. They just want toilet paper.
They just want toilet paper and hand sanitizer.
So,
he kind of looks like your Time Life operator. He's going to sell me or Sports Illustrated subscription. I give you the football phone. Cold cocked, all three of them.
yeah, I don't know what the
Throw
hell.
him out. Nope. Oh.
See you in hell. What is that?
Yeah.
Why'd they grab him again? What was the point? What did he do? What's the?
Well, they're supposed to open fire on these rioters.
Oh, that's right.
No, I'm not going to do it. So, working in a coal mine.
That Doc Brown?
Great Scott.
Great Scott, Marty.
Conchita. Yaphet Kotto. Speaking of Yaphet Kotto, he was a villain in one of the Roger Moore Bond movies, Live and Let Die. No. Yeah, I guess it was Live and Let Die.
Jim Brown's in this, man.
Jim Brown. Yeah.
Jesse Ventura. Jesse the Body Ventura.
I think he's – yeah. I think he's one – I think they're contestants or they're –
yeah.
One of them's a contestant, I think. The other one's like a gladiator. I can't remember. I think this came out before Predator.
Hey, did the thing say at the very beginning, 2017?
Yeah.
Okay, on when I pull up Running Man on the Google thing, it says in the year 2000. Well, it won't show it. It says in the year 2019.
Yeah, I think it jumps forward. It's like that stuff at the beginning happened in 2017, but like when the actual action takes place in 2019. All right. This credit said. There, Richard Dawson.
I do remember him being in that, man. Family Feud, man. What he was, Hugger's Hero, Family Feud.
Uh-huh.
This is kind of like his.
You can tell they spent every dollar on the production. Look at
Deactivated.
Atari. It probably cost them thousands of dollars to.
Oh, music by Harold Father, whatever his name is.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, he did the
Beverly Hills Cop.
Beverly Hills Cop, man. Axel F, one of my favorite.
That's right. Ah! What in the wide world of sports
Yeah.
going on there?
Of course, I love those lines. Need a lift?
Oh, give you a lift. That's right.
This is what me trying to get on Amazon tonight. What's the code? Amazon denied.
That's like what was happening with you earlier.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, he needs to log into the Amazon website to get his PIN code changed.
Hey, it's 2019, man. You know, it's like the same issues I'm having.
Ooh.
Denied. You finally got the Amazon code right.
There you go. Antonio Banderas. Not really. Chico.
It's not gonna make it. Nope. Chico.
And the man.
Ooh.
Oh.
He lost his head. Something. I'm like surprised they didn't put that in there. I mean, really, it's like they would always give Arnie those crazy. Yeah.
So this really, so that says based on the novel by Richard Bachman. Richard Bachman was a Stephen King pseudonym. It was a fake name.
Ah.
He wrote a couple of things under that name.
And there it is, Paul Michael Glasser. Yep.
Yep. I think even though we started at 0, I think mine's a little bit behind yours by a couple of seconds. But
I think yours is up. I think yours is a second or two in front of mine. Okay, I'll tell you what I'm seeing. All right, hold on. The guys running, 2 guys run, 3 guys run.
No, I'm definitely a few seconds behind you. I think when I put on the closed captioning, it paused.
All right, hold on. I'm gonna. Okay. Let's see if I'm back on with you. What's the number 1
Hey, that woman that was on the screen, is that the woman that was from Kickboxer? It looked like her.
Mm. You guys want to buy? Yeah, man, we're still buying hot stereos in 2019. You guys want to buy a hot stereo? That's how we say it too.
2019, the year of hot stereos.
Now that looks better than the first graphics we saw.
Turn it up a little.
Jam the network once we find the uplink to the satellite. Then we'll broadcast. It's been very popular lately.
Can't find the code or the uplink. Don't know where the network hid something that big, but they managed.
That's Mick Fleetwood, that old dude. I think it is.
My lovely.
What did that trash can do to you?
World gem, sure, not a gold gem, but a world gem.
He's got his stogie.
People like you, country, send it into a jail.
No one is dead in our hands.
He's a cop. He's the butcher of Bakersfield.
Come on, Mick. You can see through that
Yeah,
crap.
I'm like
The
270.
butcher of Bakersfield.
We know we wouldn't if the other help. Also, no, you don't.
I've seen too much.
I've seen too much. All I've seen is a bunch of low boyheads who think they can change the world with dreams and talk. Too late for that. You're not ready to act. You're breaking. Shut up.
Nothing worth losing our head over there, eh?
He loves us the cigars.
That was in probably his contract. He would have to be able to smoke cigars in this.
Well, there's your eye.
It's like Bob the Builder.
My first pass. I guess this is it.
What is he wearing?
That's okay.
That hat is horrible.
So Arnold's disguised as Bob the Builder. The black guy looks like Lamont from Sanford and Son. And the dude here on the left is like a really second-rate Halloween costume of Indiana Jones. Oh, Garrett's got himself a stogie. What is that, a pretzel stick?
It's the real deal.
Oh, it's the real deal.
Mm-hmm. Just not light it up. Be like Arnold. Oh.
Yep, that's what people look like in 2019.
All the kids in my school look dressed like that.
Oh, yeah. My question is he going to kiss everyone on his way in? So this guy used to be a game show host for the Family Feud back in the 70s.
Yeah.
And he
Steve Harvey.
and he would like kiss every female contestant. It was kind of creepy. Yeah. He's British.
Yeah.
And so it was under the auspices of like, he's a real charmer, like a real suave kind of. But yeah, it was a bit much. Kill him.
And this is like, I remember like seeing him be like playing a dick in this movie, cussing and everything else. Like after Hogan's Heroes and the Family Feud. It was like going. It really was a good. It was a good acting moment for him to do something totally different,
Yeah.
play the bad guy. But I guess Arnold gets to play the
Somebody should take
bodybuilder
this
as a
footage and be like Bob the Builder, the movie.
this. We should reach. We should
I
do
can
that.
fix
Saturday Night
it.
Live should.
Can I fix it? Yes, I can.
I guess that's our wireless entry doors now that we got.
Oh yeah. The world of 2019. He's got a Bowflex. Impressive.
We still got stockings.
I'll put these on
Ugly
later.
brown stockings, but we still got them.
I'll put these on later.
And that coat screams 1987.
Yes, it does. Yes,
It's not screaming 2019 or.
Oh, it's
17
what's his face from Psych. Oh, what's his name? I forget. I forgot he was in this.
That's a little more demanding. String lights.
True. Alexa.
I'm Jesse the Body Ventura.
And this is my toupee.
If he could just say, "This is my YouTube channel," it'd be awesome. It's like you really did know the future. This is how we do TV. Like a cube.
Looks like his driver's license photo. Ayúdame. Follow the money. She's an actress who did a lot of movies in the 80s, but then she just kind of like disappeared. I don't know what happened to her. She did a movie with Robin Williams. And
It's like, dude, and even 2019, we don't work out in our little 90s.
I think she was the 80s answer to what's her face?
The hate boat instead of the love boat.
The hate boat.
Yeah, that's. I guess it's kind of like the Hunger Games meets.
Yep.
Yeah, who's Tony, man? He's been a lot of stuff.
Yeah, did you ever watch Psych?
No, I didn't. I mean, I watched a few episodes. I don't think I didn't watch that often.
He was the coroner on that show, and he was really funny on that show. But
he's been a lot of stuff, man. I know that. I know him.
Yeah, let me see. I'm trying to remember his name because he's really funny.
Yeah, so I'm going to hit the. Looking for Kurt Fuller.
Kurt Fuller.
What-
Yeah, he played Woody the coroner.
Oh, he was in Wayne's World. He's Ghostbusters 2.
He was a bad guy in Ghostbusters 2.
No Holds Bar in the 80s. What else was he did?
Let's see.
But there's something particular I'm thinking of, and I'm trying to think which movie it was.
Let me see if I can.
Let's see. If I
It
can.
was in Elvira, Mistress of the Dark.
Yeah.
This was his first movie. Ghostbusters 2, Wayne's World, Scary Movie. Yeah, he was in Scary Movie. Anger Management.
I know. I was trying to think something in particular. Let's see. Trying to figure out what the world am I thinking of.
He's done a lot of television.
Yeah, I was gonna look to see about. Did a couple episodes of Quantum Leap. About
He did
4
an
episodes
episode
of Quantum
Knight
Leap.
Rider.
Did 4 episodes of Quantum Leap. It's not
Huh.
2 episodes of Quantum Leap. Sorry. Oh, he was the Tom Cop, the TV show.
Oh yeah. Thanks. Tutuville. Now he's disguised as somebody's grandpa.
You break your neck like a chicken. Yeah, he was in Shooter. I watched that. Maybe that's where I remember last. But he's one of those guys it's like he's done enough that you've seen him in other things. A good character actor. Oh,
Almost made it.
Running Man.
Whee! No, hit him with sticks.
Way to go, lady.
Some female lead she turned out to be.
I thought he was gonna say you got the brawn. Got the brains, you got the brawn.
If they did a remake of this today, they should get Simon Cowell to play this role.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
You're brilliant conversations, man. Try for women. You're brilliant. You're brilliant conversation. Isn't that your old school teacher buddy there? Huh? And there's your other buddy, the one who helped your buddy there? Huh? That's your other buddy.
Awesome. What are you gonna do with them?
Well, it's really a... Well, see, I created the Running Man, but I don't make the movie. I created a contract with the government. They send me the convicts. I put them on. They send me the convicts. You got a chance. But your buddies, man. So if you don't do the Running Man tomorrow, twice, we're gonna go on. Their place. What do you say?
Get up on this clown lounge when we're done. Sorry, bear my deed. Reading all systems down the line. Your bird is singing loud and clear.
And we're still doing computers like that across the board on like we're at NASA or something back in the 60s.
Mandibular restraint.
Ah!
Y'all play nice. It smells like Lysol.
It's a disinfectant for the COVID. Don't worry.
I don't have COVID.
You don't anymore.
Ugh.
Hasta la vista, baby.
Hey, the lights went out all over the world.
She's like, whoo, I got rid of him.
I'm just going to kick back and watch Captain Freedom.
On this really small television that we have in the 2019.
Cadre Cola.
And we're still, we clips, it goes over with the shh. It's supposed to be an alternate reality line where it's like, there's no 1080 television. I remember these commercials.
Moral conscience now. Climbing for dollars.
We'll be right back with Climbing for Dollars.
That Doberman's face.
Yeah. And this guy's been in stuff too. This
Yeah.
he's another character actor.
Yep. So I did see on the Wikipedia page, apparently Paula Abdul choreographed these dances that we're about to see.
Well, you know, like during this time frame, she was choreographing the
Lakers
girls.
Yep.
So
I guess
that was her thing,
forever a
man.
girl. Fly Girls of 2019.
And that's pretty modern. The girls dancing, I don't think they're like.
Jocko over there with the. I'm going to throw it at the audience. It's like an aerobics class. It's not a dance.
It's like, the dancing. It's not their dancing. It's like the people in the audience dancing with them. Woo! Woo! Yeah!
Feel the burn. Feel the burn.
Like they're
all getting into it.
into the. Oh, we got Coke. We got Sprite tab. What else we got there on tab?
$100 more in coins.
There's no Coke Zero 2019. What is this?
Although she did just say $6 for a drink. Not quite yet, but
It's not even new Coke. Come on. You.
enjoy your drink.
She's sadistic. What would stop him?
He could have killed you with love. She's blew smoke in her ear. She's like, what did she say?
Ah!
Hello, girls. Inside voices. I love watching people get killed.
Yeah! We love you, Damon.
I don't know. Some of the people in this audience look like they're there for a taping of the PTL Club.
Exactly. Maybe they took footage from part of that and they just switched it out.
Did I make this check out to Jim Baker?
The PTO Club.
Bubble chips.
Hey, I love you.
In blood.
Oh, I remember this.
Yeah. Victim.
Don't forget to send me a copy. Man, there's stuff like that I haven't seen in years, but I knew exactly what's coming. It's like, oh my gosh, it's like. Give me a kiss.
He had in his contract. Listen, I got to kiss at least one person in this movie. The Ben Grimm, the Thing.
That's great. That's great graphics
Killed
again.
them all. It's fake news.
Oh, it's horrible.
Fake news.
They've been doing fake news. Now that they got right.
This is like footage from like 6 different movies.
Yeah. I didn't take them. No.
Boo! His.
Get out of here, Bakersfield Butcher.
I think she's in the wrong movie.
But this is like, I don't know, like his prime, man, about physique and
Yeah,
you know, it don't.
he was definitely.
Not like, I mean, obviously he's been bigger, but I mean, just when it comes to his the movies and stuff, like his youthfulness and.
You know, I've got the exclusive, the limited edition Running Man action figure with him in that outfit. No, I don't. I'm just.
I was about to say, do you really? That's pretty cool if you do.
That is a pretty sharp looking. I mean, it's a cool futuristic, 2019 outfit by way of 1987. That's one thing they got right. There's still blinds like that in 2019.
There's the yep. Ben's buddies. They're like, we don't look so good in our costumes like he does in his. Lycra doesn't look good on us.
They don't. Lycra doesn't look good on us. Oh, Atari 2600 game.
I was about to say those cartridges look like it's like Atari cartridges. Oh.
Grandma loves Bloodsport.
Grandma loves it big time. I'll be back. Not the first time he said that, huh?
Nice comeback. Only in a rerun.
You tell Hogan I'm the hero. What? Huh?
Yeah, the rides at Disney World have gotten really crazy.
It's like Disney World.
My face is spreading. I'm going to hell. I don't feel so good.
Yeah, which game do I want to play? Miss Pac-Man, no.
Football, combat.
Centipede, that'd be great. Yeah. No asteroids, that'd be better.
Raw footage. Well, that's labeled digital video.
Yep. Poor Jim Brown can't take too much of this. That's not Jim Brown, but whoever.
I can't feel my legs.
Oh!
Oh, kiss me.
I'll be at $3.99. Sub-Zero. Oh, my man, big and cuddly.
Sub-Zero.
Is it William Fisk? Oh.
Odd Job. Isn't that the dude that played Odd Job?
Yay!
What did that gong do to him?
Exactly.
Scorpion. It's not the trotting man. It's the running.
Exactly. I know they're like, that's the most.
Not the stumbling man. Not the limping man. The running man. Move on.
Jesse. I gotta cut you off, Jesse. Sorry.
Those drones? Ooh.
Come on, let's get out of here.
Checked him.
And people are like, yeah. You're safer in there than you are out there with him with the.
Oh.
It's like, where did he get all these old people from in the audience? There's like a ton. It's like they're blood hungry. He's like, yeah, kill him.
What'd he do to you? There you go. Uh-oh. That's my blood.
Oh, that big lady.
This audience, where did they get them from?
It's like 1 second they're sharing people to like kill this dude, and then he like kills them. Like, oh my gosh, he died.
Here's Sub-Zero. Now, Plane Zero.
Plane Zero.
Running Man wins.
Yeah, give me 5, brother. All right.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Give me some skin. Let's have a moment of silence for Sub-Zero.
Yes. He was a real pain in the neck. Oh.
Wah, wah.
They did that in Commando, man. It's like, what happened to Sully? I let him go.
Yeah.
You guys are justice. You're not having both ways. You want ratings, you want people in front of the TV set in your mind. Well, you ain't gonna get that with reruns they're doing in Tyler. Yeah, the one.
Yeah, the one with the boat. Buzzsaw. You both.
Hard decisions call for hard solutions. Here are 2 hard asses ready to step in and take charge. You asked for them, Leon. You got them. Here they are. Buzzsaw and
Ooh, it's a 2-for-1. Leatherface.
It's the actor who's like cock blockers and the Fernandad. What's his name? He's a wrestler. Who's that guy?
Clap if you love.
Oh, John Cena. If this had been filmed today, John Cena would be buzzsaw.
Please help me welcome our mystery contestant, Miss Amber Mendez.
What you get, Amber?
That's what you get.
Yeah.
I understand that you're single, Amber, and that you live on the west side. And not surprisingly, she's wanted the law and traditional morality all of her life. We don't lie. Tell us all about her.
Yeah, what's this traditional morality that she's
Well,
been?
man, she's a junkie.
She's a slut. Oh, did I say that out loud?
Where are you going? Later, she cheated on college and sexual relationships with 2, sometimes 3 different men in a year. And then
Oh, that's 2019 for you.
Richard, her Confederate, her lover. It was a lie. Let's reunite.
Tell people again. Yeah.
What the hell is going on? All the realize it's fake. It's pointed to the middle of the game zone. The sooner or later they're going to connect. Sweet jumping, but that much time, like I said, the one who's been finding. Nobody ever comes out here. We're finding out the link. Back to go. And it's the thing is, I'm about to jam the network. Forget this crazy outfit business. They're going to let us all chill. We got to move on. There's no rules more.
If I was other actors, man, I'd be like going, really? I gotta wear this? Like she looks good in her. She can wear it. Arnold can wear his, but that's about it.
They could get Selma Hayek for this role.
Yeah, that'd be just the version.
I'm reading somewhere. Did you know Selma Hayek's 50?
Do what?
Selma Hayek is 50 years old. There he is. Jim Brown.
He's trying to look like Don King, I think, with the hair.
She's 53. Selma Hayek.
Wow.
She was.
I guess The Rock would be playing this. I guess if this was like modern day, I guess The Rock would be playing Arnold's character.
Dude, she looks amazing.
You get guys like John Cena and whatever playing these other wrestling character guys. Yep, Selma should be great at that.
I mean, this woman here in this role, she probably was like in her 20s, 30s. Selma Hayek at 53 looks better than this woman.
Yep, I agree. and we can get and the black guy there would be Kevin Hart would play him.
It'd be
Right
who?
there.
Who did you say?
That black the pudgy black guy there, he'd be Kevin Hart. I said Arnold would be The Rock,
Yep.
and that'd be John Cena right there on the
Yep.
motorcycle.
The geeky white guy, they could get Jack Black again. They just recast it from the Jumanji cast.
Yeah, that's exactly. Oh my God, guys! Bethany. Well, we're still got cash in this society. I don't know, we ain't got it 2020 yet where we're going to a cashless society.
Yeah. It's close to midnight. Thriller.
Now it's Nightmare on Night. It's like Freddy Krueger coming at
They're
you.
in a haunted house now is what's going on. Well, they're in a music video is what they're in.
Yeah. Not today, John Cena. Not today.
Oh.
Come on, Kevin. Get up. That is so John Cena. He's got the same acting talent as John Cena. John Cena's probably like going, I hate you.
Yikes. Oh.
Get those gifts. The Running Man home game.
I like to own supply of turtle wax.
Turtle wax. Take that, John Cena.
James Spader.
It did look like James Spader. I thought the same thing.
He's just playing Tetris. That's all he's
Yeah.
doing.
Day of Reckoning, John Cena. I hated the Marine.
Give us a kiss.
If you smell what the Rock's been cooking, take that, John Cena.
Dirt. Yikes. Yeah. I'd rather it be part of you.
And this is what I think about the Marine. That's how I felt when I watched the Marine.
And then he was like, oh.
No.
I was telling my Duke students about John Cena, about why I don't like John Cena. I said, why don't you like John Cena? I said, the Marine. That's the reason I don't like John Cena. It's like I watched it and I was like, it's horrible.
It is.
It's like,
I want to run to the restroom real quick.
all right, Colin, get on. Take your dad's place.
I'm gonna go too. All right, I'll be right back in 1 sec.
What kind of Christmas lights? What's this? His run again. He's trotting. He's not running. Run. That's like really. That's almost like Ghostbuster type graphics.
It was a shocking experience. Hey,
Seriously, it was like Automan / Ghostbuster graphics here. Follow me, light bulb. Just saying Spader again. Now he's running. About time. Don't trot, run.
thanks. You got your stogie. I've got an ice pop.
Here's to you.
Look at that guy couldn't drive.
Go to commercial.
Boo for being a human being.
He keeps doing he had to split. What happened to Buzzsaw? He had to split. Oh, these are awful.
That audience turned quick, didn't they? I must have missed it. What happened to the dude with glasses? Did he get killed?
Now he went to he saw the internet the internet connection or whatever it was. You know, he was trying to break the satellite connection or something. He was trying to stop it.
Oh,
Yeah, he must have got fried. It's okay, Kevin Hart. We're not gonna let you die for nothing. Well, that's pretty quick.
close his eyes.
Yeah, thank you.
There you go. Boink. I loved him.
Man, I gotta hand it to you, pal. You got the whole network here in an uproar. They're shipping cars to the Justice Department in crates. So that's why this little call is just between you and I, not going on the air. Listen very carefully, man. How would you like a 3-year contract, guaranteed, a cadre credit line, and front contract? Sound possible? Ben, it's a standard deal for a network stalker. And I know real talent when I see it, Ben. And I just hate to see you get canceled tonight when you could do it. Say the word, Ben. One good stalker.
Cold-blooded bastard. I'll tell you what I think of it. I live to see you eat that contract. But I hope you leave enough room for my fist because I'm going to ram it into your stomach and break your goddamn spine!
Ah! Tell us how you really feel. We still got cords on our phone in 2019. Okay.
Nothing to see here. Move along. I'm serious. This is the goofiest looking audience I've ever seen. You could put this footage in like an old episode of the PTL Club, and they would fit right in.
Jim Brown got paid a lot of money.
I hope he did.
Is that Stan Lee's cameo?
I'll see you all.
How cool is that?
We got those.
That should be 20. That should be 2019.
Seriously. I'm still waiting for my flying car. Did he say crap?
I think the next kill would
Fireball.
Go back to bed, Grandma.
I begin with that choose.
A winner when I.
That is great. I've never. Oh.
Hundred to one. Oh, don't.
You messed it up.
The Rocketeer.
The Rocketeer.
I'm serious. Like, this audience is like, it's either old blue-haired ladies, or it's like,
The most yuppie looking people there is.
I mean, these people look like they're like at Joel Osteen's church or something.
Yep.
Now there you go, remake of The Running Man. Make Joel Osteen the Richard Dawson character. I just want to tell you that this show.
I want to get that way. Nope.
I want to ride the roller coaster. Nope. Baked potato.
Now a little trot again. What the? I mean.
He's like the T-1000.
Yep.
The Running Man walked so the Terminator could run.
Uh-huh.
Richards.
I wonder what's up here.
Maybe that could be Jessica Alba could play her.
There you go.
Even though I'll take some high, it would be still be better. Hey, speaking of that, have you seen that show Hannah on Amazon Prime?
Yeah, I saw the first season.
Yeah, we're starting to watch the season 2. It's really good.
Yeah, I like the first season.
Yeah, it's but it reminds me of that show that she was on,
Which one?
the one from Fox back in 2000,
Oh, Dark Angel.
Dark Angel. Yep, a lot of similarities.
She in an episode of The Walking Dead?
That's what it looks like.
I'm not dead yet. This is where I cook all my victims. There are no winners. Madre de Dios. Why can't I fly? Boom.
And where's the old lady? She'll get all the prizes, all the gifts. Give her the Running Man. What a hot hit.
He's toast.
He is. He's toast. Yes.
I guess it's time for me to do something about this.
Everybody's in shock.
Seems to me you lived your life like a candle in the wind. What is that, an accordion?
I'm like, what is it?
I don't need this crap. This stuff is garbage. I'm going to kill it with my bare hands. I just wish he would rip his toupee off.
Yes, horrible, man. That's how Joe Osteen really talks behind the scenes.
Oh, you know he does.
Get him out of here.
Bible with you. I'll see you at home tonight.
Okay.
There was somebody, I forget who it was. It was like on an old radio show. They used to do a Jesse Ventura impression. And, you know, like he got really into he's into conspiracy theories. And he would always say, follow the money. And so this guy on the show used to do the Jesse Ventura impersonation. Everything that he told me, follow the money. And enjoy this interpretive dance.
Yeah.
These dances don't match the movie at all.
Activate traveling map. Johnny, this better work, pal, with a Gordian digital network.
We're loading Richard's image onto the database. When he's mapped onto the stunt double, we'll never know the difference. All right, boys.
Sensational. I love it.
I'm surprised you're so easy to follow. Welcome to the People's Network. We've been waiting for you.
Looks like Dumbledore found him. I was busy.
Don't you got a potion for that?
You're a wizard, Ben. It's the final conflict. Uh-oh. I'm gonna twist your head off like a Tootsie Pop. Oh.
I'm right here. How are they doing that?
I don't remember this. This is for Predator. You promised me a 3-picture deal. That toupee is absorbing most of the blows. Toupee headbutt. Oh. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Thanks, Captain Freedom.
It's not a tumor.
It's called Photoshop.
Fatal error.
Bad movement. We need a leader. We need someone to experience.
Oh, you were looking for the door.
As Jordan killed him, I feel back. Wouldn't want to be alive.
Get up, everybody. I want you all to consider yourselves picked up for the rest of the season, okay?
Right.
My people are loyal bases. We're up 9-1. Come on now. Let's go, kids.
Oh, there we go.
That thing is like the size of a tree trunk. How does she keep it? They caught her with it. They wouldn't have let her keep it.
It's none of your business. It's my kind of woman.
We got
Watch Paul Abdul dance.
It's a tract. I'm busy over here playing Tempest. In 2019, people know who Mr. Spock is.
Yeah.
Billy Wayne. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me hear it now.
The berets are killing me.
Vive la France.
Exactly.
Vive la resistance. I got the extra point.
Just say I love crepes. No, I would never say I love crepes. Just say it. Yes, he loves crepes.
How'd she take photos of that?
Eliminate anything loose.
They said the crowd is unarmed. There are lots of women and children down there. All they want is some food, for God's sake.
As you were, Richard. Proceed with plan out. All rioters must be eliminated.
The hell with you. I will not fire at helpless human beings.
I will not fire at helpless human beings.
We're Hell's Angels.
French edition.
She's good. That lady was giving him a stink eye.
Lady. We're experiencing technical difficulties. Oh.
It's Ben Richards. Opening fire on the crowd. That's. Get to the chopper.
Must be a man's stormtrooper. Is that what they look like?
Hello, pretty.
Why aren't you laughing? Oh, oh God. Oh, it's bad. His white, his tiny whities. See, there's the Automan graphics going for you.
Auto man.
Automan.
Her
That's
too.
Yeah, Automan graphics and Ghostbuster 2 graphics going on, and I mean this dress is all like screams like, yeah, late '80s man.
You know why he's doing all this, going back in there? He just wants to go down that slide again. They're all like, did the movie just stop? Like, what's going on?
The Undertaker.
Security guard. You have a nice night. Where were we?
explain? Let me explain. Television, that's all it is. To do with people is to do with the rating. For 50 years, we told them what to eat, what to drink, what to wear. For Christ's sake, Ben, don't you understand? Americans love television. They wean their kids on it. Listen, they love game shows. They love wrestling. But it's violence. We give them what they want. We're number one, Ben. That's all that counts. Believe me, I've been in the business 30 years.
Well, I've been in show business as long as you have, Jimmy. But I'm a quick learner. I'm going to give the audience what I think they want. Bastard.
Drop dead.
I don't do requests.
And this is where they got the idea for Cool Runnings. Or maybe this is where we got the idea for Tom Cop. I don't know. That's the time. That's what happens with Time Cop to do.
Behind that sign, apparently.
It's like a ton of one-liners.
Money for everyone. Like, what are they cheering?
Yeah, like
They're glad he's dead.
It's like the show's everybody's like still a totalitarian government. It's like nothing's changed. I mean, he's like a folk hero now or something, I guess. But
How about that trip?
this is no game.
Ben to Richardson. No pain, no gain. Come here, woman. Kiss me.
I'm going to break your
Got
neck.
my hand on you. You need my death grip.
With the wring your neck like a chicken. Well, there's the running man. He really didn't do a lot of running, though, when you think about it. I think, the whole movie, he maybe did less than 5 minutes of running.
Yeah.
Title's a misnomer.
He probably did
Except
he probably did at least 3 or 4 minutes of trotting.
the jogging or trotting man.
Yeah. There are several times where he did run, and I'm like, there he was, but I'm like, yeah, you're right. It was not as much running as it should have been.
Yeah, so as we were watching this, I thought back to some of the stuff that I remember from I thought it was a short story, but I think it might have been like a short novel. The difference was it was kind of like, instead of being like in this arena or like in this thing, where he's being hunted down by these like stalkers, like there were no stalkers in the book. Instead, it was like he was on his own, like just basically he was out in the world. And if people spotted him, they would call a number, and basically these, like, I think there were some stalkers, but they weren't called stalkers, but you could like call the authorities or whatever if you saw him, and you'd get a cash reward for spotting him. And then like some people, they would get like,
Oh, there it is. Choreography by Paul Abdul.
Yeah.
All right,
but
keep going.
like when he starts out, like they give him some money and they give him like some food or whatever, and just like, okay, you have to survive for like, I think it's 30 days or something. And so it's all about him trying to keep a low profile and not be recognized. But if I remember correctly, the way it ended is that he gets control of a helicopter or something and flies it into the television station building where the host is and like destroys the building or something. But he dies in the main character dies in the crash. So definitely not the same as the movie by any stretch.
Right. I was just thinking about the music here. They should let Paula Abdul go ahead and start her career of singing. She'd been better off singing the music in this instead of what I'm hearing. This definitely does not get us a 80s soundtrack 2 thumbs up.
Yeah, I've got closed captioning on and just seeing the lyrics printed out, it's like, this is like the dumbest song. This like doesn't fit the movie. It has nothing. I mean, I know a lot of 80s movies, of all kinds did this kind of stuff where they put like some sort of, pop song, thinking, oh,
Yeah.
let's get on the radio. And it's just like, there's so many of them that are just so bad like this. It's almost like it was a song from like overseas that got translated into English.
Almost, yeah.
It's like the lyrics just make no sense. It's just roll the dice.
This is the garbage music y'all grew up with.
No, this is not even close to anything we grew up with. When this came out, if I'd been in the theater, if Garrett, we'd have been like, this song is terrible.
It sucks.
Like what we're doing right now, it's like, this song sucks.
The old lady would have called it out.
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely got an 80s sound, but it's just a lousy song.
This is definitely summary of this movie. It definitely was. It had a much more fun vibe to it when I originally saw it.
Yeah.
It doesn't hold up well, I guess, especially when you're thinking about the fact that it's supposed to be set in the future, and then now that we're only like a year past what it's supposed to be, kind of like it's kind of funny to watch some of the stuff here, but you can tell like the one-liners they were given Schwarzenegger were hilarious. I mean, it's like cheesy for sure, but I mean there it is, running away with you. There, oh, John Parr, man, it's like, really?
I thought
John.
That voice sounded familiar.
Yeah, but that's not one of John Parr's good ones, man. It's like this. Yeah.
Harold Faltermeyer did the music. Good grief!
I know that too. It's like going. They really just like they just collected a paycheck, man. That's all.
In association with
Home Box Office. Yep, I'm seeing that. And for y'all that don't know, Home Box Office is HBO.
HBO, that's right.
All right, let's look here. So this came out right after Predator.
So it came out after Predator. Okay.
Right. I mean, it's the same year, but it came out. I mean, I guess it came out. Predator and Running Man were like the same, both in 1987.
Right. I think Predator came out in the summer, and then Running Man came out in the fall, maybe.
But Raw Deal preceded it, and then before that, Commando, and before that, Red Sonja, and then the Terminator and Conan the Destroyer. I mean, So like you can look at that, you go like, like the Conan movies got him on the map, but then the Terminator kind of changed the deal. Like Red Sonja was like okay. Commander was good. Raw Deal was not bad. Predator was really good. And then you get the Running Man. It's like, but at the time it was just okay. It was okay. It wasn't great. But it definitely was worth $1 at the dollar theater.
Yeah. Yeah, those were the only 2 movies he had in '87.
But what's wild? It's just it's 1 year away from him doing Twins and doing
Yeah.
But then after that he does Total Recall, which is really good. I like that one.
So Running Man, he did Red Heat, which was okay.
Yeah.
But from Twins, he went from Twins, Total Recall, Kindergarten Cop, T2. He had like those. That was a pretty strong string of movies, and then he did Last Action Hero, which was a bomb.
It did. It did not do well.
And I never saw this one, Beretta's Island.
I never saw that either. I was looking at that. But then True Lies, which is really good.
Yeah, and then
which I'm still hoping a little sequel to that eventually.
Yeah.
But I think they're passing their opportunity, man. It's like,
yeah, I agree.
They should have done that 10 years ago. It's like,
so True Lies Junior was pretty good. Eraser was pretty good. Jingle All the Way. I have a hard time watching that movie. It's so bad. And then Batman and Robin, which was just a bomb of.
That's about as bad as watching Batman and Robin.
Yeah, but yeah, it's interesting. It's like, I mean, he'd have a couple of hits, and then he'd have a bomb or two.
Yep.
And then ones that just did just okay.
Running Man. I mean, really, come on. I mean.
And that was our commentary for The Running Man. We hope you enjoyed it. We actually had a lot of fun watching it, despite some of the comments we made at the end. It's always fun watching these movies from our childhood. And of course, Garrett and I have watched movies together for most of our adult life. He is not only one of my best friends, he is an absolute awesome movie-going companion. So, hats off to him. He was a good sport for this movie. So that was the bonus episode for this week. We are going to get back onto a regular schedule starting next week. So look for the next episode in our podcast series, probably a week from this Friday. We're going to try and get these dropped out on Friday. I think it's a good day to drop the podcast so that if like Friday night you've got nothing else to do and you have a copy of the movie that we're going to be doing a commentary on, you can watch along with us. So, as I always do at the end of every episode, I want to give a shout out to Garrett's YouTube channel. If you haven't checked it out, check it out. It's All Things 80s with Garrett. And he's been putting some fresh content out there, some really good stuff about music from the 80s and soundtracks and some of the musicians that contributed to some of the movies that we've watched. And he still is doing work around locations and, where places that were used in North Carolina for movies from the 80s. And also look for him on Instagram, All Things 80s with Garrett. And you can also find us, the Midnight Movie Snack Podcast, on Instagram at the Midnight Movie Snack Podcast. So until next time, from all of us here at the Midnight Movie Snack Podcast, all 2 of us, thanks for listening. We will see you soon. Take care.